Well, good morning. It is 9:40 a.m. on Thursday, June 29th. I am at the access into Dunlop Lake in Algoma. This is kind of right beside the Mississauga Provincial Park, and I'm going into Blind River Provincial Park, non-operating. I'm just at the access here. I'm just going to unload the canoe, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm going to do shortly. All right, it's just about 10 o'clock. I'm at the launch. Somebody here just getting their boat out of the water, so I'll film in a bit. Off we go. All right, it is 10 o'clock and I am on Dunlop Lake. I was going to access at a totally different lake and do a whole different thing this weekend, but I'll talk about that in a bit. Currently the weather network says it's raining right now, but the sun is out and it is gorgeous, and I'm going to make my way through Dunlop to the portage into 10 Mile. All right, good morning. I am here in Algoma, Elliott Lake area. I am on Dunlop Lake, which is not part of any park, but next to part of the Mississauga Provincial Park. And I am heading about 4 lakes in. I'm doing 4 portages to get to a lake called Upper Mace. The original plan was supposed to be a loop from Flack Lake for 6 days. It was actually 7 days. I was supposed to come last night. 7 days, 6 nights, and go all the way through the loop, which I'll show you on a map insert here. However, about 3 days ago I started having issues again with my health, and these issues caused me to be iron anemic. I am iron deficient right now still. I have been trying to get it up, but whenever one of these issues occurs, basically my iron goes right down and I lose all my energy and I have to start all over again. So 2 days ago I decided that I was going to change up the whole trip, because I can't be doing tons and tons of portages and traveling every day and doing all these crazy things if I don't have any energy. And I don't want anything to happen. I don't want to faint or something, hit my head on a rock. So not that that would probably happen, that's pretty extreme, but I have to take all the precautions I can when I'm going out by myself. So the plan is now to do the, I think it's around a 500-meter portage from Dunlop into 10 Mile. I'm going to paddle through 10 Mile, I think about 5-ish kilometers, 5 or 6 kilometers. And then I'm going to do a portage into, I think it's Esma, and then through to Upper Mace. And then I'm going to set up camp there, and I'm either going to stay there for 2 nights and then kind of do the bottom half of the loop going out if I feel better. If I don't, then I might just move to another lake for a couple more days, or stay for 3 nights on Upper Mace and then head back out. So this is kind of one of those play-it-by-ear trips. There's lots of options here in this area on this route. That's part of why I decided to stick with it. And I can still come back and do the bigger loop or the smaller upper loop on another long weekend. So anyways, I'm going to check my map and see about where I am. And see you in a bit. Alright, it's 10:40. I have a topo map on my phone for this trip, and I've already passed where it says the portage is. I was told by the person who told me about this area that it's in between 2 cottages. I don't see any cottages around. But as I was paddling, and I'm, as I said, a bit past where the portage is supposed to be, I saw this, which looks like the start of a portage, even though I don't like the start. And in the water, there's something down there. I don't know if that's a sign, a rag, I don't know what it is exactly. Oh, it's just a rag. Huh. So I have no idea if this portage is supposed to be marked, if this is it. Best thing I can do is get out and take a look. All right, so I quickly jumped out of the boat there and walked up, and it looked like there was a trail going this way. So I thought maybe the portage was over here. There's actually a campsite here. And if I look on my map, there's a campsite just over from the portage. So I'm wondering if it's on the portage. So I'm gonna go over here. This looks like a landing. See if I can find the trail. Definitely a much better landing. And I don't see a portage sign, but I think this might be it. All right, just walking a few steps here. I can see that this is the portage. I'm assuming this is the portage. It's fairly close to where it's supposed to be. It's a 410 meter, according to the map I have. So I'm gonna grab my stuff and make my way over. All right, I had to get in bug zone mode. It's Canada Day weekend, so the bugs aren't bad on the water, but I'm assuming they're gonna be bad on the portage. Just moved the boat up away from the access and got my bug shelter. I could have probably fit it in my pack, but I just didn't want it to be like overstuffed. And now I just put my raincoat, see that bulge? I put my raincoat in there because I just wanted to get rid of it. I feel like I have all these things to carry because as of yesterday, I was planning to stay on Upper Mace for the whole time, 2, 3, 4 nights, whatever I feel like. I brought a lot of stuff. I brought my hammock because I have a bug shelter now where I can put a hammock in it. So I want to try that. And I brought my chair, and I brought the bug shelter, and I brought one beverage. And I have food for 6 days, even though I'm probably not staying that long now, but I didn't want to unpack just in case I wanted to stay. So I have a lot of things. All right, even at my snail's pace, some of this is uphill. It's just gradual, but I'm still kicking my butt a little bit. 8 minutes to get through. Just that tree that I had to walk over. It's a wide path, no issues, no obstructions, just a bit of uphill. All right, everybody, welcome to 10 Mile Lake. I'm quite pleased with the weather so far. I can probably see the sun peeking through the trees here. The sun is out. The sky is fairly blue. Some white clouds. It was really dark when I got here, like when I was driving into the area. But when I got to the access, it was fine. And the weather's been getting better and better. I can hear the wind blowing through the trees a bit, but the water's not choppy or anything so far. The forecast for today was 70% POP. Not a lot of accumulation, less than 1 millimeter every hour, except for between 9 and 10, which is past. And it doesn't even look like it's rained here. So hopefully that's just totally wrong. It's supposed to rain all day today, all day tomorrow, and then Saturday morning-ish, it's supposed to be nice Saturday, and then Sunday there's a chance of a thunderstorm. Monday there's a chance of a thunderstorm, and then Tuesday's supposed to be nice again, so fingers crossed. All right, I'm back at the boat. No time at all. I still have to set it up for portaging, and then off I go. All right, it's 20 after 11. I am super hot and sweaty. I'm not complaining. I'm glad it's not raining still. And I am at 10 Mile Lake. Just gonna throw my stuff in the boat and make my way over. I'm really happy to report that even though it looks a little hazy, I don't really smell too much smoke. It actually was a lot stronger at home in Muskoka than it is here. There is a fire burning. It's about 5,000 or 6,000 hectares just to the east of this area. And it is I believe it's being held, last I checked. It's closer than any fires that are where I live. But I guess it also depends on which way the wind's going. Let's see. I just did something that I normally never do, and that is put my hair back. And the reason I did that is because I have a bit of a tailwind right now. It's not a big tailwind, but it's quite lovely. It's a very rare thing for me, and it's a big lake, so I'm quite happy about it. Just sitting here and the wind is kind of just pushing me along a little bit. All of a sudden my hair kept blowing in my face and my mouth, and I'm like, wait, the wind's back there. That's too funny. Just gorgeous, gorgeous rock formations everywhere here. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll take another couple videos here. Well, it's 12 o'clock, and my beautiful tailwind quickly turned into a weird side wind thing. So I'm kind of paddling more on one side than the other. And the waves are trying to take me to the right here, and I need to paddle towards the left. And the wind is pushing me like in the same direction as the waves, so also trying to diagonally push me to the right. It's not the worst thing. It's better than a headwind, but it's a little bit awkward. Alright, it's about 25 after 12. Haven't seen any signs of life here at this property. No people around anywhere. Now that I've gotten to the smaller waterway, the wind is kind of come behind me again, but it's pleasant. It's not pushing me too much, but it is definitely giving me a little bit of a bonus. So there's 10 Mile Lake Lodge, I believe, and then just after it, on the map here, you can see, looks like there's a little waterway that goes in here. I don't see any waterway. I can hear water. There might be some waterfalls or something in the bush. But as far as going through by boat, I don't think that's an option in any way. I'm just kind of trying to keep my eye out for the portage. It should be right at the point at the end of the lake here. And so far I haven't seen a sign or anything, but hopefully it's there. And I'm anxious to get this one done because then I just have the 200. Here I am. I'm right here. I'm going to go through here, and then into Upper Mace. So there's a 445, a 200 from Esma into Swamp, and then a 265 into Upper Mace. And I'm aiming for one of these island campsites. It's supposed to be really nice. Hopefully nobody's there. I was getting really paranoid there. I didn't see anything that looked like a portage. And then all of a sudden I came around here and there's this opening. So this must be it. Surprise! Oh, I missed it. He was jumping so high. There was a frog in here and he jumped, had to be about 1.5 feet in the air. Over here, over there, over there, over there, and then he just finally jumped in the water. Of course, as soon as I started recording. I'm just gonna grab my pack out of here so I can pull the boat up and probably do the same thing I did last portage, just take the pack first and see what happens. Oh, looks like this continues on from somewhere else. Maybe it's shorter than it's supposed to be. That would be wonderful. Oh, I can dare to dream. All right, this portage is buggy. I haven't even started it yet, but just getting all my stuff ready and getting the canoe ready to portage. It's pretty buggy. So I've got the head net on and I'm taking the pack. I almost took the canoe. I was so close and I'm like, no, you know what? You have no idea where you are. You don't know where this portage goes. You don't know if it's the right portage. So just better to be safe and take the pack first. So off I go. It's I think 10 to 1. Okay, the bugs are bad now. They're all over me. I gotta keep moving. I think that might have been a short version of the portage because it only took me 7 minutes. Not sure. Oh, look, there's a little. Hey, little guy. I can't stop on this portage. The bugs are just awful here. Awful, awful, awful. Once I have the canoe on my head, it's gonna be even worse. But I got bug protection. Just wish I had something on my hands. Oh, look, there's a speedboat over here too. I just got them everywhere. Considering I didn't see any people at the lodge, there's probably not going to be anybody here either. Well, something that I will not refuse to carry on a trip like this, or any trip during bug season, is a can of Muskol. Or, yeah, it's Muskol bug spray. It's got DEET in it. And it's probably the strongest stuff you can get here in Canada. And I just grabbed my can. I did this before I left home, but sprayed my head net, my hands. Look at the difference. I couldn't stand still before. They were just everywhere. So spray yourself or all your clothing and wear the bug protection. It definitely makes a huge difference. 100%. All right, I'll show you some of this portage. I've got some boulder gardens here. They're not too bad. This is the interesting part coming up here. You can see this rubber mat. I'm not sure what they're from or for. They're for ATVs or snowmobiles. But there's a boardwalk and the whole thing is covered in those rubber mats. Definitely helps because you don't know if, you know, the boards are going to break, if they're weak or split or whatever. So definitely keeps you from going through there. I just find it a little awkward to walk on, but that's it there. You can walk on the middle, but they're moss. It's covered in moss, which is fine. It's not slippery or anything, but again, just you don't know if like your foot's gonna go through here because this boardwalk obviously has been here for a really long time. So I'm just sticking to one spot, one side, and I've already walked on this side, so I know it's kind of good. And that's the way I'll come with the canoe. Kind of goes up for a while there. And here too, like I'm still going down a little bit, but that's it. That's pretty much it. A couple boulder gardens, some rubber mats, and a hill. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm really impressed with this bug spray. Like before I was holding the camera and I couldn't hold it and like talk on the video for more than a couple seconds. They were just eating my hand up. Yeah, it's shiny with poison, but I got no mosquitoes on there. My hands are the most vulnerable spot because they're the only things that aren't really protected by the bug jacket. And I wish they make these sleeves longer. I actually have a new bug shirt from Ben's that I got last year, and I haven't been able to locate it. I mean, it didn't tear apart my house, but it's in a little orange bag. Shouldn't be hard to find, but I haven't been able to locate it. And it's a lot bigger. It's a larger size, so It actually goes down to like mid-thigh, which is great because, you know, when you bend over and stuff, sometimes your shirt goes up and then they bite you like in between the top of your pants and your back there, like bottom of your shirt. And the arms are longer. Yeah, they're here, but definitely way better than before I sprayed. Already got bites. All right, it's 1:30. I am at Esma. I actually found a portage sign, and there's not only one, there's two. So this is where they're hiding. It's the first ones I've seen. I have got a little bit of paddling to do, not much. All right, off we go. I'm dying to know how they get this boat over here. If anybody has a clue, I would love for you to leave a comment and tell me. I mean, did they carry it over piece by piece and then assemble it on this side? I don't know. Was it dropped off by a plane, maybe? These things baffle me when I'm out here. All right, sun is still shining and I'm still a happy camper here. All right, I have changed my mind. It's 1:30 and oh no, my glasses broke. Oh no. All right, well, I have changed my mind and I have decided to grab my wrap and eat while I'm paddling. I have chicken. I got a rotisserie chicken the other night for dinner, and this is some of the leftover of it. I chopped it up and I mixed it with ranch dressing, and then I put some old cheddar on it. So it's pretty simple. It's still cool, so that's good. And I'm just gonna snack while I'm paddling. My glasses are broken right here. These are my favorite tripping glasses. They're pretty beat up and scratched up. That's why I continue to wear them, because I don't want to damage my other ones. And they're still fine. They seem to be okay. Like, they're still working, so that's good because I didn't bring two pairs. So yeah, side note. Anyway, I'm gonna paddle around here and find out where the portage is and eat my wrap. I see the sign for the portage. Maybe that last portage there with the two signs is starting a trend, because there is a sign right there and it is very visible. This says it's a 200 meter and it is going into Swamp Lake. It's 2 o'clock, right on the nose, and I'm on this 200 meter. Hopefully it's quick and simple, and it doesn't take me long to get to the other side. Lots and lots of dragonflies on this portage, which may be why there's a lack of bugs. I do have a deer fly buzzing around my head, but don't have the head net down, so it's not that bad, I guess. Fairly decent portage so far. Some tree roots, a couple of rocks. There's a major. The wind is picking up. I think that storm is coming. Just don't see how 2 days of rain and thunder showers are just gonna disappear and turn into a sunny weekend. Sooner or later something's gonna happen. Just my guess, but I would be happy if it didn't. Alright, just 5 minutes later, and I am at the other end of the portage. I feel like 5 minutes is a long time for a 200 meter, but whatever. This is Swamp Lake, according to my map. And looks like a swamp lake. Supposedly the portage is just like right over there somewhere. And I'll be on Upper Mace, but first I have to go get the canoe. So off I go. All right, it is 2:20. The wind is gusting pretty good now on this little tiny waterway. I don't have to go very far. I haven't actually looked for the portage, but it should be just over there somewhere. So I'm going to jump in the canoe and make my way. All right, got a pretty good headwind here on Swamp Lake. Managed to get the canoe moving now. It's a little bit tough leaving from the shore there because it's Swamp Lake. Lily pads, super shallow water. I couldn't really dig too hard. But I'm moving pretty good now. And should only be a matter of minutes before I get to the next portage. Alright, I believe I have found the portage. There's a very old piece of trail tape on the tree there. I thought maybe it was there. Maybe they join up. I'm not sure. There's like, it looks like an infinity pool almost here, where the water just goes down. Probably into Upper Mace there as well, but this is the go around. So, as you can see, the wind is just taking me away. Alright, it's 2:45. In an effort to get this one done quickly, I just grabbed the bag and the bug shelter, and I'm on my way. Alright, it's 2:45 and I have made it to Upper Mace Lake. Yay! That portage is super overgrown. There was a point there where I was like, where's the trail? But you can see the trail on the ground is just really overgrown. So it shouldn't be that bad with the canoe. Most of the overgrowth is like from the waist down, but I've got bugs biting my hands again, so apparently the bug spray's worn off. And just standing here in the breeze for a minute. Feels nice. Sun has been coming and going. There are some clouds starting to come in now, but it still doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna go get the canoe real quick and get on the water and hopefully get to the campsite in not too long. You know, there's a lot of mosquitoes when there's hordes and hordes of dragonflies. They're everywhere. Alright, here I'll show you some of the trail. The end is the most closed in part here. If I can prevent something, I will. Yeah. So super thick here. It's a little bit better. Most of it is below my chest, I guess. Not all of it, maybe. Good portion of the trail is just like this. And there's a couple spots there where I wasn't sure where to go. But other than that, no problem. All right. It's 5 after 3. Me and the canoe and all of my crap are at Upper Mace. I'm super happy. I just got a bit of paddling to do to get to the island that I'm hoping to stay on. And then I can finally relax and chill out for a couple days, and then take it from there. I pulled out a little reward. I got 2 chocolate chunk cookies. And I'm just gonna snack on those while I start making my way through the water. And hopefully I'm there in no time and the wind doesn't get too bad before I get there. And hopefully it doesn't rain before I get there. It doesn't look like it will, but you never know. And it is pretty hazy here. But I don't really smell too much smoke. It's, again, not as bad as it was in Muskoka yesterday. So I'm quite happy about that. I thought I was gonna come here and it was just going to be like so smoky I wasn't going to be able to breathe, so I'm really happy to see that's not the case. It's also really windy today and the wind's probably just going in the right direction, so Hopefully it stays that way. Anyways, off we go. I'm about halfway to the campsite from the portage, so it's not too bad. I'm really liking this lake. The person who suggested this trip told me I was going to love this lake, and they were right. Over here, there's beautiful red rocks. I love that. There's some gorgeous cliffs here. On the other side, also red, but over here, probably granite, gray granite, granite and gray granite, I think. And just stunning. It's really, really pretty. Well, supposedly my phone is waterproof up to 3 meters. I just recently tested that out. I always keep my phone, or almost always keep my phone in my PFD pocket here, and I almost always zip it up. Apparently I didn't today, and just kind of tossed it in the pocket, and I bent over to put something in the canoe, and it went bloop out of the pocket and into the sucky muck, yucky, gross water. Took me a minute to find it in there, pulled it back out, and it's still working fine. I hope so. Anyways, I guess I should play back a video and test the sound and make sure I don't feel like I'm underwater. But yeah, it's kind of impressive. I've been wanting to film underwater with it and stuff like that. I actually bring my older phone to do that, and I brought that to the whitewater course and used it, and it didn't get wet at all, but for some reason it shut off on that weekend, and I can't get it to come back on. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is the campsite. I just checked the map, and just looking over here, it looks like there's a good place to land over here. I'm going to scoot my butt here and get moving and get all my stuff up there and get set up super quick, if that's possible. And I'm going to chill. Oh yeah, look at this deluxe parking here. Beautiful. Pull the canoe right up there, and I am good to go. Wow. I just brought all my stuff up and put it down under this tree, and it just started raining. I had to go grab my raincoat and put this stuff under something a little bit more sheltered. This honestly must be my lucky day. Seriously. I'm just gonna go flip the canoe over and get my shelter up quick. What are the chances? Look at it. It's coming down. It's starting to come down good too. All right, it's about 10 to 4, and just as quickly as the rain came, it stopped again. I don't think that's the end of it though. I didn't do anything. I just put my stuff under the tree there, and it wasn't raining that hard. I flipped the canoe, and then I went to check out the site. I was hoping there was a privy. There's a makeshift privy. It's kind of interesting. I'll show it to you guys. I'll insert it here. I'll film it later, and I'll just throw it in here now. Just so you can take a look. So I'll be making my own. There's a lot of good options back there, so I'm okay with that. Just trying to figure out where to put the bug shelter, because I'm probably going to be spending a good amount of time in it, and it doesn't need to be anywhere near or by the fire pit, because this thing is not in service this weekend. It's a fire ban on. There's forest fires everywhere in Ontario right now. So there won't be any fire, there won't be any collecting of firewood, there won't be any processing of firewood. I mean, I could just process them to leave it here. If I get bored, I might do that, but for now that's not necessary. I'm excited because I have brand new rope. Riley recommended some paracord. They had some on the whitewater trip, and I was like, I need that. I've been buying most of my rope from the dollar store, Canadian Tire and stuff like that, and this paracord is pretty cool. It's 100 feet. I think it was about $15. I got it on Amazon, and of course I got green. And inside of it, if you cut it open, it has like all these things in it. And I never knew that paracord had that. Apparently a lot of them do, but it's got thread inside of it, fishing line. One of the strings is coated with wax, so you can use it as a fire starter. It's really good for all these emergency situations. So I got that because the rope I've been using is really thick and bulky, and it's not that great. So it was one of the few things in my gear that I really wanted to change up this year, so I'm happy I did. Anyways, I'm gonna go get this stuff done, and I'll see you in a bit. There are too many options. I can't decide on anything. Got some new paracord. I got some paracord. I don't think the stuff I had ever before was paracord. Maybe some of it, but just random. I'm gonna cut it into 4 equal parts, so it's 25 feet each. And then I'm gonna tie a rope to each of the corners of the bug shelter, and that's just gonna be its home like forever. You don't always need 25 feet, but sometimes you do. And I just like to have it on there because if I get to camp, like right now, if I got to camp today and it was pouring rain, like I wouldn't be wanting to stand here and do this, right? Which is my fault. I should have got it done at home, but I just got it yesterday. And then I changed all my plans and I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. All right, I cut it in half and now I'm going to cut it in quarters, so it should be about 25 feet each. It's not exact, I don't care. But I got my Moriknoff because my little pocket knife wasn't working very good. Ta-da! Isn't that bad? All right, so just to note that my phone was affected by going in the water. I used it and used it and used it. I set up the bug shelter. I made a video of it because it's the first time I've ever set it up by myself. For the whitewater course, a bunch of people that were there just set it up while I was doing other stuff. So it was nice to set it up and it was super easy. I let my phone run down and run down and run down, and then all of a sudden I looked at it and it was 2%. And then I went to charge it and it said that it got wet inside and it needs to dry out before I should charge it, or I could damage the phone, or you could bypass that. And I'm like, well, I don't want to damage the phone. So I put it out on the rock in the sunshine and kind of had it up so that the wind was blowing in it, and I kept blowing it out. Anyways, it's at 4% now. It's finally charging and it didn't give me that message. I have everything set up. The hammock is set up inside the bug shelter. It's tied, there's only a little tree there, so I tied it to the little tree, but then I tied a rope to the little tree and tied that to a bigger tree behind it to give it support. So that seems to work okay as long as I get in it really slowly. And the tent is set up back over there somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? There it is. I was gonna put it on that flat spot up there, but it's so exposed. If I get some good storms or something, then like it's not gonna be a good place for it. All right, here we go. First swim of the season. Oh. Whew. I feel like this is gonna be graceful as usual. Rocks are very slippery. Whew, okay, I think I'm good. I'm gonna jump from here. Oh, there's a crawfish. Looks like a little lobster. Oh, thank you, son. All right, here we go. Ah, that one's slippery too. This one's flat, but I don't know if I can reach it. Woo. Oh, I want to float now. I can't put my head back. Oh, that's refreshing. Ah, it hurts my shoulder though. Not good. Oh, I can stand right here. So refreshing. Got my own lake all to myself. Canada Day long weekend. Well, it's Thursday. Canada Day's on Saturday, I think. Oh, yes, this is so good. Okay, I'm actually impressed with how long I'm staying in. It's time to get out. Have some dinner. I'm hungry. Yep, I'm gonna crawl like a lizard. I don't care. So graceful. That was awesome. And I even got some sun a little bit. Whew. Okay, let's get some dinner on. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.